So, hello everyone. This is our A to Z chats. This is our next instalment, and I'm Bill. I'm the co-director of A to Z Animal Care, which is a pet grooming business over in Beddiston in Kent. And today I'm chatting to Rachel, and Rachel's the founder of Pure Connection Pets, which is a pet shop based in Tenterden. So, hello Rachel.
Hello, thanks for inviting me to talk to you today.
That's all right. How you doing? You had a busy day?
Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, it's busy now because Christmas, the season is here. So getting all those Christmas toys out and putting up my lovely Christmas window. So yeah, it's busy, but it's good.
Brilliant. And you've stayed open over the last few weeks. You've been allowed to stay open.
Yeah. Fortunately, because we're a pet shop that sells pet food, we're classed as essential. Thank goodness. So yeah, we've been open throughout this lockdown and throughout last lockdown, and hopefully, fingers crossed. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have any more lockdowns. But if we do, I'm sure we'll be staying open again for that.
But you didn't have you didn't get to have a little rest though. You've been working all the time.
Yeah, no rest for the wicked. We've got to keep going.
Brilliant. So you got your pet shop that's based in Tenterden in Kent. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how you've started your pet business.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think most people that work with animals or around animals professionally, they've always had a love for animals ever since they were young, and that's no different for me. I grew up with dogs and cats and budgies and rabbits and all the usual stuff. Ever since I was came home from the hospital when I was born, we've always had animals in our lives. I think when I was about 8, I started volunteering for the Cats Protection League back in the day, which you could probably do something. I'm sure you wouldn't be able to let an 8-year-old into the cattery now, but yeah, I used to do that. Loved it. Just couldn't wait to get there every weekend. That was really good. And then probably about 10 years ago or so, I guess, I started volunteer dog walking for the RSPCA because I knew that I wanted to move into working with dogs. And so we did that for a little while, and then from there I became an accredited dog trainer. So started off with the RSPCA. Like I say, they pointed me in the direction of the Association of Pet Dog Trainers, which was one of the associations that they recommend. So they're like a force-free positive reinforcement training association. Yeah. So I did all my studies with them. I can't say qualifications because unfortunately dog training is an unregulated industry, so I am an accredited dog trainer. So I'm a full member of that association, which is fantastic. And then on top of that as well, I did like a hydrotherapy qualification for a while and worked in hydrotherapy with small animals. So that was really good. That was really rewarding. Worked in a few different centres. Fantastic job, really enjoyed it. But yeah, it's hard physically, emotionally, it's a tough job. And then while I was doing all of that, I sort of learned a lot more about, as you would, about behaviour and nutrition and welfare. And it really opened up this whole new world for me. And I was looking around for places where I could go, a shop that I could go to, which would give me all of this stuff that I was looking for with all my new knowledge, and be out somewhere that I could actually go and talk about my dog and my cat, and get some advice and things like that. And the big chains just weren't cutting it really. Some are better than others, but yeah, they just weren't what I was looking for. So I thought, well, why not do my own then and get all of my knowledge and all of my passion together in one place. So yeah, so that's how the shop started, although it started as a market stall. So I did Tenterden Market on a Friday and a few other markets. I managed to do that for about a year because I wanted to sort of test the feasibility of it as a business first, because I was bringing stuff that you wouldn't necessarily find in your average pet shop. So I wanted to just check the people of Tenterden were kind of keen for something like that. So yeah, I did the market stall for about a year. I have a whole new respect for people that run professional markets now because it's hard work.
Early starts,
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Out there in every weather. Well, apart from gale force winds, because my
Yeah.
gazebo would end up down the other end of Tenterden High Street. But yeah, out in every weather. It was good. But yeah, and then from there, I found the premises for the shop, and the rest is history, as they say. So yeah.
So did the market give you a really good idea that, what the different things that you wanted to sell to people and the advice you wanted to give to people? Did the market give you that really clear idea that that was going to work? And
Yeah, definitely. So I think it was right from the first day that I had there. It was a really, really good response from people. They really liked what I was bringing to the market.
yeah.
So so it was, really natural, healthy treats, good healthy chews. Market store had limited space, but the stuff that I did pick was, yeah, really, really well received, and people really liked it, and they liked being able to just walk along with their dog and have a good chat to me about their dog. And it was a really, really positive experience, so that gave me the confidence to jump in and go bricks and mortar, because that's quite a commitment,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
particularly in current landscape where we all know the high street's struggling. So that's kind of why I did that test in the first place. But yeah, it was really well received. So yeah, it was
And I
good.
suppose the market, in a way, removes that sort of barrier of a door, so you can actually sort of speak to the people, can't you? And then
Yeah,
you get your name out there. And
yeah,
were you
exactly.
poor connection, pure connection market stall, or did the name come later?
Yeah, no, it was Pure Connection Pets market stall, and it had a massive banner on the back, so you could see it from the road, which I was
Oh.
very proud of.
And how did you get think of the name? Where did pure connection come from?
Well, it came from the dog training. So my dog training company is called Pure Connection Dog Training, and that came about because my training focus is very relationship centered. So my primary focus is about the relationship and the bond between human and dog, because really I don't think there's another one like it across animal species. It's a really, really special relationship that we have, and I like to focus on that and make that the priority when I'm training, and then everything else comes in around that. So it's about having that really pure connection with your
Yeah.
dog, and then so the shop is kind of an extension of that, really. So it's about finding products and finding food and so on that really, really enhances your dog or your cat's life, and so yeah, it kind of stuck. It worked for the shop too.
Brilliant. Okay. And you said earlier that your products were a little bit different to what pets normally find in a pet shop. What products do you stock, and how do you choose them?
Well, so we cater for dogs and cats. That's it. And the reason that we only do dogs and cats is because I know about dogs and cats. I
Right.
don't know, apart from when I was a kid, I don't know a lot about rabbits and guinea pigs. And so I don't want to sell something that I don't know a lot about and can't talk to people about the pros and the cons and all that kind of stuff. So we very strictly stuck with dogs and cats, but we do have a little section for humans as well. So a little gift section for the humans. But yeah, in terms of deciding what I'm going to stock, the short answer is, would I use it for my dog or my cat?
Right.
Do I think there's a benefit for them? Would I be happy to give it to them? And I'm pretty fussy about what I give to them. So if the answer is no, then I'm not going to stock it. But in more detailed response, so our focus is on nutrition. I've just completed a nutrition course, and I'm looking to do another one next year. So the focus is very heavily on nutrition. So I'm looking at what the ingredients are in the food, would be the start. What the starting quality of those ingredients are, because if you're not starting with good quality ingredients, you're not going to magically make it better food by whatever. It has to be good quality to start
But
with.
name won't make it better.
Exactly. So processing, how is it processed? What is the ethos of the company? What are their sort of ethics? What are their marketing claims? That's quite a big one. Is it actually going to do what they reckon it's going to do? And dog food marketing is a minefield. Is it clearly labelled? You know, can people make sense of the ingredients? Because a lot of companies will hide, particularly cereal content, will kind of hide it quite cleverly in the labelling. And so unless you know what you're looking for, you don't necessarily know what's there. So there's quite a few steps that I'll go through to select a food. Same with treats, really. Are they natural? Are they healthy? Are they digestible? Are they free from artificial preservative colorings, flavorings, that kind of stuff? Did they go through low level of processing? You know, definitely no rawhide in it at all, those kind of things. So yeah, and we also have like a focus on local businesses and small businesses. So I love to find those little quirky small businesses that are selling things on, you know, Instagram or Etsy or whatever, and they're making something special that you don't see every day in, you know, your supermarkets and your big pet chains and stuff. So it might be a handmade collar, or it might be some really gorgeous little dog or cat biscuit, something like that. But yeah, we're very much into supporting small businesses as well.
Well, that's good. And you've got a chief tester, I believe. You got your dog.
I do, yeah. He is my little mascot. So yeah, he literally, I'm not even joking when I say this, he will literally test every single dog food and treat and toy that will come into that shop. Everything he's had at least one of. How he's not the size of a house, I know. But yeah, so he, you know, he comes to work with me most days. He's Finnegan, he's my yellow Labrador. Right. Yeah, he's got a bit of a fan base, which is nice. And then less known is my cat, Weenie, who's a little grey fluff ball. You might see him walking around the village every now and again. Actually, he does roam a little bit, yeah. But he tests the cat stuff as well. So yeah.
Well, that's good. You got your own little fan of testers there to make sure give you the paws up if it's good, or a paws
yeah,
down
exactly, absolutely, yeah.
And so you've done your nutrition course. Can people bring their dogs to you if they're like struggling with certain foods, or they're overweight, or?
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah. So obviously, you know, I'm not a vet, so I'm not going to give you any kind of veterinary advice for any kind of dietary issues, like pancreatitis, for example. But what I can do is help to find a food that is going to suit your dog if they're kind of itchy, if they're overweight, if they're struggling. We have a lot of fussy cockapoos. So many cockapoos, yeah, they don't want to eat their food. Sorry?
They're not hungry enough.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we can really help with that kind of stuff. If you have got a dog with some sort of dietary problem that the vets, you know, diagnose, and we can work with your vet to try and find a food for sure, to kind of help that along. So yeah.
Yeah, I suppose one of the biggest issues we get at the dog groom is dogs with sort of skin conditions and dry skin.
Yeah, that's a really big
eczemas and stuff like that. So, and like you said, a lot of it can come down to oils and foods and sort of supplements that they can put into their food. So.
Yeah, definitely. There's a real rise. I was reading a research paper the other day. I can't remember. It might have been UC Berkeley. I can't remember. American University, and they were basically talking about the rise in dogs with allergies and intolerances and stuff, and not just food but environmental as well. So, you know, things that we have in our house, things that are being sprayed, you know, outside, particularly where we live. It's very rural, you know, they might be picking up the pesticides and herbicides and things. But then also, you know, just getting wet and then coming indoors and not being dry and coming into a central heated house, so that's going to give them itchy, dry skin. So all of those things combined, we're finding that our dogs are sort of scratching constantly at the moment. But we've got, you know, a range of stuff at the shop that can help with each individual thing. The trickiest thing with that sort of stuff is trying to find out what is causing the itching. That can be quite hard to figure that out. You can go through like an exclusion diet, for example, so you just get rid of everything and go down to one specific ingredient, which is tricky, particularly if you want to make sure that your dog's getting a properly balanced
Yeah.
food to get rid of everything, but it is possible. So we can help with that. But yeah, it's trying to pinpoint what it is that's causing that allergy. But yeah, we probably speak to, I don't know, 3 or 4 people a week about their itchy dog. And
Yeah, I suppose a lot of people probably don't think of a pet shop as somewhere to go and get that kind of advice, whereas they probably go
yeah,
straight to a vet. But sometimes it doesn't always need a vet to diagnose it or look at it. But the food and diet and atmosphere
yeah,
where they live can make a lot of difference, can't it?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'd say, if the dog's really scratching and causing itself distress, or causing its skin to kind of become really inflamed and maybe cutting itself and so on, then yeah, definitely that is definitely a vet call. But just a bit of scratching here and there, then yeah, sure. I think assessing potential allergies, changing foods, adding a supplement to help, changing their shampoos, things like that are all really good steps to take to start with. And that's something that we can certainly talk through, and we do a lot. Yeah.
And what's your you got another course coming up? Is that going to focus on anything particular, or is it just
So it's just
level
a
up?
little bit. It's a little bit more in depth. So it's just a little bit more serious. I think, not that the first one was light-hearted, but it's just a bit more. There's a lot more written work in it, and it's going to incorporate feline nutrition as well. So it's not just dogs; it's going to be the cats as well. So, because I think there's dog food and interest in what we're feeding our dogs is really, really becoming a big thing in sort of the general population, but following behind that and starting to gain momentum is interest in feline nutrition as well. So people are starting to understand that cats have very, very specific dietary requirements. They're obligate carnivores, they have to have meat, they have to have taurine supplements, they struggle a little bit with water intake, all those types of things. It's really starting to become a bit more, people are becoming a bit more aware of it, and wanting to give their cats the best possible diet and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna help our kitty friends out too.
Yeah, we definitely over the years we've had cats that have had sort of cystitis and
Yeah.
sort of stones, and then the water that they drink can lead to sort of calcification and maybe sort of some kidney disease as well. So they
Yeah, for
like the
sure.
freshwater springs and stuff like that, don't they now?
Yeah, exactly. Cat fountains, got to love a cat
Yeah,
fountain.
yeah.
You can get ones with little flowers on top and all sorts of lovely ones now.
We're moving on from the food products that you sell. What other kind of products can we buy in your shop? Do you do toys and clothing, or?
Everything, you name it, I sell it.
All right,
So everything is more focused on dogs. Dogs have the bigger share of the market, but we have got some feline plans for next year, which is quite exciting. And because we don't just take usual run-of-the-mill pet stuff that you find in all the chains and stuff, it is a little bit harder to source the stuff that we're looking for cats. But
yeah,
we're slowly starting to find those little things coming through. So really excited for the cat section coming next year. But yeah, we've stock everything, so from harnesses to accessories like collars and leads and stuff, treats, toys, enrichment aids, medical health and well-being stuff, everything, bowls, you name it, we've got it.
I'd never seen a lick mat until we got our puppy this year.
Love a lick mat, love them.
I think
you
got one
can
in the
get all sorts of ones now. So they got like wobbly, like bowl ones that it's like a bit more of a brain game, I guess. They've got ones that you can stick onto the side of the bath, so the dog,
really?
or on your fridge or something. So if you're clipping their nails or whatever, put them in the bath. They're just taking that. Yeah, the licky mats are taking off like crazy.
Loaded, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it might be better than having your head wrapped in cling film and peanut butter on it. I've seen a few times on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the most popular sort of item that you sell?
So probably, I mean, all of the treats just just go like crazy, I think, because people like to treat their dogs, you know, the dogs give you those big sad puppy dog eyes and you just want to go take everything. So they like to treat their dogs, but I think they really like the fact that they can come to me knowing that what we've got is healthy, natural, you know, not full of nasty stuff. So treats sell really, really well. All the food sells really, really brilliantly. We stock 3 main sort of dry foods that aren't really that well known. They're not all over the shelves in Tesco or whatever, so it's taken a little bit of time to convince people that these ones are worth it, but we've seen a massive switch to those now, so they sell really well. And then perfect fit harnesses as well. I do a lot of harness fittings.
So you actually fit the harness to the dog, so people know.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen the perfect fit ones, but they're the fleecy kind of modular ones, so they come in 3 sections. Right. So you've got the top section, the front section, and a bit that goes around the rib cage, and they come in loads of different sizes, and you mix and match the size to fit your dog individually, and then they've got loads of adjustment on top of that, so trying to put it all together is a bit krypton factor. So if you don't know what you're doing, it can be a bit tricky. So we get lots of dogs in store, and they come in, and it's almost like fitting kids up for their school shoots.
I run out of patience. My son tries to put a harness on one of our sausage dogs, and I'm just like 2 hours later, can we just go out now? Put all yapping away, and
some of them are
your way.
Some of them are really tricky to put on, but
So we've got you were saying you're decorating your store for Christmas. You've got Christmas around the corner. What can we find in your shop for Christmas? What kind of Christmas themes have you got going on?
Got loads of nice stuff. So stockings, because every dog and cat needs a stocking. We had loads of advent calendars, but they've pretty much all gone now. Loads of lovely treats, so handmade treats from different companies. So we've got these beautifully iced biscuits, dog biscuits. I mean, I can't believe that a human has managed to ice them as beautifully done as they are. They look incredible. So we had some last year and they sold really well, so we've managed to get that company again this year to make us some. So we've got dog treats, we've got crackers for dogs, we've got Christmas jumpers, we've got little funny antlers and elf hats and Santa hats and cat stockings and toys, and loads of cool stuff.
So we've got I think we normally have a national Christmas jumper day or something, don't we? And the kids have to wear. Do we have that for pets? Should there be a Christmas jumper pet day?
But we should do. Maybe I'll start it. That's a really good idea.
We during Halloween I wanted to dress our Dachshunds up as something like a spider or something running down the street. Maybe it might do that next year, but Christmas jumper day for dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're onto a winner there. That's such a good idea.
Here first. So what would you put in what's going in Finnegan's stocking this year?
Well, he's picked his own, mainly because the first thing that I pulled out were these gorgeous little they're like sloths that you can't really see. Hold on, where are my hands? They're massive. They're so big you can't even get them on screen, but they're these like little sloths with Christmas hats. Right. And he'd just eaten a biscuit, and I opened the box and he put his face straight in the box and got biscuit slobber on the one on the top. So I was like, right, okay, we'll put that to one side. That's your Christmas present. He's got a little latex Brussels sprout, and he's got a Kong. They do like donuts, so they're like a tennis ball, but much harder and like a donut shape, because he just ripped through tennis balls so quickly. But these things are really, really tough. So he's got one of those aside. I'm yet to pick the cat's presents, but I've got a few ideas for him.
I'll probably get a mouse out of the field.
Yeah.
That's all you'll get back.
Well, he caught a rabbit the other day. I can't believe that. Yeah, he's like 11 years old and he caught a relatively big rabbit. I was pretty impressed with that. I've been giving him you move the supplement stuff for joints and stuff. I sell that, and I've started giving that to him, and it's definitely made a difference.
I mean, that's the thing. And that's the thing about pets, isn't it? They can't really lie. They can't can't make it up if something's working for them. So we had a Labrador who got to about 14 years old, and his joints were sort of very sore and were going. So we managed to get one of the sort of magnetic collars.
Oh yeah,
And it made such a difference to him. And you can't say, oh, you're just putting that on, or up. You can't.
exactly.
They can't lie to you, can they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really nice when you find something, when you know that your animal is in pain or has some sort of, health problem, and you find something that genuinely seems to make them feel a bit better. That's a really good feeling. I really like that. So the Yumu supplements have definitely helped the cat for sure. He's very sprightly these days.
Catching rabbits.
yeah, can't believe it. Yeah.
I take Inca down to the playing field opposite where you are actually, and she always likes to chase the rabbits, but she never catch one.
Yeah, Finnegan's the same. He's caught up to a couple, and then he kind of cuts them off and then sniffs them and goes,
now
off
what?
you go. Yeah, funny.
So what your opening hours over the next few weeks? Are you going to be open a bit more for Christmas, or?
Yeah, so we're going to open Sundays. So we're going to be open Sundays probably 11 till 4, but don't quote me on that just yet because I haven't made up my mind. And we're going to be doing Friday night late night opening. So I think a lot of the shops in Tenterden are going to open late on a Friday. So if anybody's watching this who shops in Tenterden, then pop down and support the high street. I think the plan is from the first Friday in December. So I think the first 3 Fridays of December, most of the shops, not all of them, will be open till about 8 o'clock.
Right.
So we'll be open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday 10 till 4, Friday 10 till 8, and then Sunday TBA. But we will be open Sunday from this Sunday. Yeah, getting myself confused this Sunday.
And I'm assuming that it's a must that people must bring their pets with them as well, sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah, please do. Yeah, everyone's always so polite. They come to the door and they say, "Oh, can we bring dogs in?" And I'm like, "Bring them in." They're more welcome than most people, to be fair.
Are they normally well behaved, the dogs, when they come in, or do they have a sniff around and scent the place?
Yeah, it's mixed. It is mixed. No, they're all lovely. They're all very excited because it's just like a doggy sweet shop really, and they get treats and they get to sniff where all the other dogs have been, and so they're all really, really excited. But that's lovely. But yeah, no, they're all lovely. They're all really nice. And then occasionally you'll see, when I've got the door open in the summer, you'll see one on a flexi where the owners will pass and then the dogs just veer off and come up into the shop.
That's good sales pitch, isn't it? The dog, take them off the dog's nose.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, buy me something. Come on.
Yeah.
So whereabouts on the high street are you, if people don't know?
So I'm down the quiet end, the beautiful end of the high street.
Yeah.
So where the post office is, most people know that. We're sort of 3 doors down from that, next to Hunter's Estate Agents.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a big blue awning outside. So hopefully, yeah, it's definitely down the quieter end though. It has taken a little time for people to become aware of us. But
yeah, it's kind of the end that you wander down, don't they? They wander down and then go, oh, there's these shops here as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But there's lots of nice small independent shops down that end. So yeah, it's a good end to go for it and explore and stuff. So. And
was it always Tenterden, or were you torn between different towns, or?
Oh, it's always going to be Tenterden. Yeah, always. Yeah, that's why I battled the elements in the Tenterden market, because I really wanted a place in Tenterden. It was just finding the right one. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little town. So if people can't get to your shop, can they visit a website or look at it on Instagram, or?
Yeah, so we're really active on Instagram and Facebook, and we are slowly putting all of our products up on Facebook actually, so you'll be able to buy stuff from there. Website is coming. It's actually being worked on as we speak, so hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be this side of Christmas or not, because it's a really, really big job. But yeah, it is coming. So Facebook, you can find us at Pure Connection Pets. Instagram, same, and the website will just be Pure Connection Pets as well. So yeah, that will be coming.
It's a big job, isn't it, with retail and getting all your products, and will you be selling through the website as well, or?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's when you look around at all of the hundreds of different treats that you've got, and you think, I need to upload every single one of these with a description, with the ingredients, with a picture, you know. Yeah, it's quite daunting, but it's coming, it's on its way.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, it's been brilliant to talk to you. It's
Yeah,
been
too. Thank you.
really, you obviously do a lot more than what I expected from a pet shop. You know, you've got your nutrition, you've got your specialist foods and all sorts that goes with it. So it's been really good to find out all about Pure Connection Pets.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. This was fun.
That's all right. You're welcome. And we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Bye.